Thank you so much for having us here today. We would like to start off by sending some good thoughts to Tim Rainey, who is on your schedule but is not feeling very well. Tim was going to join us this morning to talk about workforce development from the state's perspective. We wanted to come and speak with you about workforce development in the local perspective. So among some of the titles that Carrie Harmon possesses is she serves as the Executive Director of the Workforce Development Board for Riverside County. So I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about her role and what she does in that capacity.
Well, good morning, everybody. It really is a pleasure to get up here and share a little more about what we do in workforce at the county level. First, you see there's two of us up here, but workforce development is a team effort. It is not just one person, one division. We need not only a lot of people on the county end and a lot of different divisions to support us in that, but we need you. We need the chamber, we need students, we need the education sector, we need private citizens to know that our workforce is going to be one of our greatest assets moving into the future, and it is going to be critical to determining the economic vitality and success of our region. So it should be one of our top priorities, along with, transportation and a whole slew of other things. So with workforce development, what does the county do? The county convenes the Workforce Development Board that helps set our priorities with our funding. We get about $30 million a year to train and to career coach people on pathways to better jobs and to better pathways for their future.
The Workforce Development Board is made up of the majority business leaders, and so you get a fresh perspective from the business world and what Carrie and her team and the rest of the board does with the funding that we receive from the Department of Labor is to make sure that we use it to train you guys, the students, the future of workforce, as well as individuals who may have faced layoffs through unfortunate situations. We retrain them. Right now, one of the things that we're concentrating on is trying to identify. I'm not sure if all of you have read a study that recently indicated that a very large percentage of jobs in our region are automatable in the very near future. So one of the things that our team is looking at is determining what those jobs are going to be, which ones are going to be automated initially, so that we can use our funding sources to try to retrain them for the jobs of the future. That is one of the things that we take very seriously, as obviously the whole purpose of workforce is to ensure that businesses have the talent that they need moving forward, but we also want to be very responsive to the future economic development needs of our county and obviously the city of Corona as well. On another note, my boss is sitting in the audience. You heard from him earlier today. One of the things he said to me, don't forget to talk about our 125th anniversary. So if you'll indulge me for a minute, the city of Corona is one of our great partners in economic development. And when we look back on May the 9th to the 125 years that we have been in existence, the one thing that I think our city and our county have in common is innovation, entrepreneurship. All of those things are very similar themes amongst our economies, and we are planning on holding a lot of celebratory events starting on May 9th, and then for the next year, because I think that we want to have a celebration not just on that particular day, but moving forward. The other thing is that April is Innovation Month, and we know that because the city of Corona is already a big partner in that whole celebration. But there are about over 60 events that are planned thus far, and we invite you to take a look at our website, rivcoinnovation.org, so that you can participate along with all of our business partners in the events that we have planned so far.
But before we step off, I want to leave you with some thoughts that Tim would have shared with you today. So one of the things that's very important for the State Workforce Board to communicate, for us to communicate at the local level, is there will be 1 million job openings in the state of California in the very near future. And those 1 million job openings will be mostly in what is called middle skill jobs. So they're jobs that require some some sort of training or certification, but they don't require a 4-year degree. And I think as we've pushed ourselves, I came from a mom that was a teacher who made all 6 of us go to college, and she told us that was our job. That college is great. College is not necessarily for everybody. And college might not be for somebody in their 20s, but it could be for you at your 40s. You can go to college anytime. But a lot of the new job openings in our area will be in that middle sector called blue tech, green tech. Jobs that require, some advanced curriculum at the community college level, but you don't have to incur the expense of going through a 4-year degree. We're great partners with Corona Norco College in their CTE program, and that's a way of developing those middle skill jobs. So for everybody in the room, I want us to make sure that we're keeping that on our radar screen. The other thing that Tim would like me to share with you is that we need to make sure we have a pipeline of skilled, prepared workers to make sure that our businesses have the talent they need to be successful. And it will take all of us to align our resources and objectives to make sure we have that talent pipeline going. We need to know what business needs. So if you're a business owner, please let us know what you need in terms of workers. And if you're a college, we all need to be rowing in the same direction. So that's one of our top priorities.
And Carrie, I think we should probably share with our audience some of the services that are available to, we have a lot of students here in the audience today, so maybe talk about the programs that are available through them, through our youth opportunity centers and the partnerships that we have with our local community colleges. But also, we have a lot of businesses that are represented here today as well. And you've alluded to some of those programs that our county has in store for them. Maybe go into on-the-job training opportunities, because I think that's always a very popular program that's available to businesses in our region.
So this I can do very well. So from a business perspective, we have what's called on-the-job training. And on-the-job training helps you bring a new person on board. We pay half of their salary, you pay half of their salary for about 4 months, and then our hope is that you will take them from there, and we get somebody an opportunity to have a chance to earn and learn. So they get to get some of those on-the-job training, if you will, and get a paycheck at the same time, because not everybody, some people need to get a paycheck while they're getting training. It's available to all businesses. It's a great resource. We do it with small businesses, large businesses. So if that's something you might be interested in, please see us after the event. The other thing we can do for you if you're a business is, if you have a small HR department or a big one, because we do this for Amazon, is we do the hiring fairs, the recruitment, the onboarding, the pre-screening, so that you can focus more of your time on your business. And our experts at Workforce can do all of that pre-screening, get you the right people, and we pull from the job seekers coming through our doors, which is another thing we do. We have 3 one-stop job centers. They're now known as American Job Centers of California throughout the county. The closest one to you is going to be in Riverside near UCR. But that is a one-stop for any job seeker. In there, you'll get access to a computer, staff assistance with resumes, interview prep, anything, boots, supplies you might need. We also have our partners on site, like the Department of Rehab, if anybody needs some extra help. We have services for persons with disabilities, people who are exiting the criminal justice system, families that are just making the transition off of public assistance. You name it, we have targeted services for you, and believe me, you will be serviced there. Businesses are also very welcome to come into those job centers and see what's going on. One of the other things that's near and dear to us in Workforce is helping young people that kind of lose their way. So that are not connected to school or employment, have possibly dropped out of high school, lost their way after graduating. So we have 6 youth opportunity centers throughout the county. They're specifically for what's called disconnected youth. And we work there to get everybody back on track. We serve about 1,000 youth a year. We're about to host a big dinner to celebrate some of the youth that have graduated. It's an amazing program for anybody that knows a young person that's struggling. We serve 16 to 24-year-olds. But our goal is that every youth in Riverside County has a chance at success.
And then finally, for those of you, we have a lot of millennials in the room, I see. If any of you have come up with a business idea, other service that we provide is We have at our disposal Small Business Administration, SBDC, federal resources that are available to you to take that idea into and make it into a true business success. So if you have anything, I see a couple of you already thinking about that, please come and see us. We'll be sitting in the back. We can give you our cards, and we would love to host you at our business centers to help you along and turn it into the next Corona County success story.
The preceding presentation was made possible by William Scott Global, a communications firm that creates ongoing corporate video news content for U.S. companies while developing national media distribution strategies that reach targeted niche markets. WilliamScottGlobal.com, news and media distribution experts. And by America's Legacy, helping executives and community leaders share their life stories so future generations can intimately experience their contributions, the moments in their life that defined them, from their greatest achievements to their worst mistakes. AmericasLegacy.us